boys and girls. Welcome to another 5-Minute Stories with Miss Ashley. Today I have a special guest with me. It's Anansi the spider. Oh, I've shared Anansi stories with you a few times. I think I've shared 3 so far. Today, Anansi and I are going to tell another one. And it goes like this. Long, long ago, in a village in West Africa, there lived a spider named Anansi. Oh, and he was a very tricky spider. All day long, he liked to play tricks on people. Sometimes he made promises that he knew he wasn't going to keep. Other times, he told lies, things that weren't true. Well, in that village lived another little boy, and he had a very special talent. He could find the biggest, ripest fruits in the jungle. Every day he'd go out into the jungle and he would come back with basketfuls of apples and oranges and plums and grapes and all delicious fruits for the villagers to eat. But he never shared his secrets with anyone until one day Anansi crawled up to the little boy and said, "Oh, will you show me where to find the biggest, ripest mangoes in the jungle? If you do, I will climb up to the tip top of the tree and help get them down for you, and then we can eat them together." And the little boy agreed and took him deep, deep into the jungle to his favorite mango tree. And when Anansi saw those mangoes, he felt very greedy, and he climbed up the tree and gobbled up all of the mangoes he saw until there weren't any more mangoes. And when he climbed back down the tree, he saw that the little boy looked very disappointed. "Oh dear," said Anansi, "I must have been very hungry to have eaten all of that. And look, my belly has grown twice the size it was before. I promise that if you give me another chance, I will be sure to share the fruits." And so the little boy agreed and took him to find some ripe bananas. But when Anansi saw those delicious bananas hanging in the tree, he felt greedy again. So he crawled up the tree and he began to eat the banana until there weren't any more to share with the little boy. And his tummy grew again to twice his size. Oh my goodness, it's getting bigger. And when Anansi came back down the tree, he saw that the little boy was looking upset again, and he said, "Oh dear, oh my, I've made a mistake again. I promise next time I will be sure to share with you. Would you please take me to the sweetest honey that you found?" And so the little boy agreed and took him deep, deep, deep into the jungle, the deepest he'd ever been, until he came to his favorite honey tree. And there, at the tip top of the tree, was a beehive dripping with honey. And he told Anansi, up there at the tip top of the tree is the most delicious honey in the world. And Anansi didn't waste any time. He climbed up that tree and he squeezed into the tiny hole at the bottom of the beehive. And he began to eat all of that honey. By the time he was done, his tummy had grown twice as big again. Oh, he was a very greedy spider. And feeling quite proud of himself, he patted his big belly and he got ready for his next snack because he thought, "I'll trick that boy one more time." But when he tried to climb out of the beehive, he got stuck. Oh, his big belly could not fit through that tiny hole at the bottom of the beehive. "Help! Help!" he started to yell. The little boy at the bottom of the tree heard him call out, and he shouted back, "Oh, no, you don't, you tricky spider. You did not share with me at all, and you haven't been very nice. Now you can stay up there and think about your actions." And the little boy left the spider to think about his actions. And Anansi stayed in that hive for a whole week, waiting for his belly to become smaller and smaller and smaller until finally he was able to squeeze out of that beehive hole and let all the bees back into their home. And then he crawled down the tree, crawled all the way through the jungle back to the village until he found the little boy. And there he said, "I am so sorry that I didn't share with you, but I promise I've learned my lesson." And from that day on, he had learned his lesson. He learned to share all of his fruits and his vegetables with everyone he met. And that's the end of the story. And here is your literacy tip for this week. This short story is a retelling of one of my favorite Anansi stories from West Africa. Anansi is a great character in literature because he teaches valuable lessons to children. This tricky spider often uses sly tactics and manipulation to get what he wants, only to have his efforts backfire on him in pretty funny and embarrassing ways. The story is great for teaching children the wisdom of sharing and thinking of others. After telling the story, talk about how the spider could have avoided getting stuck in the beehive, and then discuss ways your child can practice sharing with friends and family. Happy reading!